Hey guys, welcome to another WoW Weekly with Myst, and for this week's events we have PvP Brawl will be Shadowpan Showdown, Time Walking will be this week, it's going to be the WoD version, and we have the Winds of Wisdom buff, which gives you 50% bonus experience, which is why you see me on this character. Really good experience, and very limited. So I'm actually hoping that they extend this buff, but if they don't extend it, you only have this week remaining because the buff showed up last week. It was right after I did the WoW Weekly, so I threw it up in the community tab. Definitely a good place to check every so often, because like if things happen right after I put out a WoW Weekly that's really important and crucial, I'll usually put it in the community tab. They brought it out last week after reset, and it's gonna go away at the end of this season, and this season actually ends really soon. The season 4 is gonna start on next reset. The season 4 will start not this reset, but the following one. So August 2nd if you're NA, August 3rd if you're EU. So with that said, also a good time to catch up on anything you want to get done for your season, like KSM or, whatever, PvP season, like anything you want to get done. Now is the time. However, now you're juggling with a really good leveling buff, so hopefully you were already done anyway. I personally have put all my current stuff that I've been doing on hold, and I have dedicated my time to this experience buff. So yeah. And that is the weekly events, so pretty mellow, honestly. Great week to do the leveling. One last thing I'd like to mention is that they always tie in like bonus experience into these time walkings as well. So there is that. With it being WoD, it would be tied into the WoD leveling. As you can see, I got sidetracked with the auction house dance party as per usual. I am not a speedy leveler, and that's because I get sidetracked. Like I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna level, and then I will see something pretty and I'll do that for 30 minutes. I'll tell you more about the progression here and near the end of the video. So let's get to news. So the first piece of news is the 500 mount achievement. Last week I had told you guys that they had changed their mind on the Yeti being the 500 mount achievement, but they didn't know what they were doing yet. They do now, and that is going to be the otter mount. This is it right here. Kind of hilarious because the Yeti was a recolor, the otter's a recolor, so it's almost like they didn't really do anything better. They just chose a different recolor of a mount, but whatever. One person mentioned it in the community tab when I posted it, and they are totally accurate, and that is that you'll never truly see a unique mount that's in-game, like the unique mounts are the store mounts nowadays, and yeah, I just don't see that changing. Everything in-game is a reskin. There's also been quite a few class changes for Dragonflight so far, and it's too much for me to pop on screen, so I am just gonna link the page to you, and you can just go to the link in the description and check it out for yourself. It does involve every single class, and it's not a complete list of changes because it's still alpha, but it'll give you a good idea of some of the stuff changing with your class. So definitely just check out the link in the description for that. One of the cosmetic type things that we discovered this past week is this flower. It's kind of cute. So if you like wearing flowers on your hand, there is that. It definitely gives me prom vibes. Yeah, it definitely looks like one of those things you would wear to a prom. This past week, I was really impressed with seeing the shaman stuff. I've missed my shaman. I usually do resto shaman in M+, and I kind of like retired her for Shadowlands because I wasn't too happy with what was going on with them. There's been some changes. There was a question on one of them. Is there 2 healing stream totem talents? Because taking both is supposed to give you 2 charges. So they said the intent with these talents is that getting the first will grant you the abilities, such as the Healing Stream Totem or Stormkeeper. Acquiring the second will instead grant you a second charge of these abilities, similar to how the live version of Echo of the Elements grants Restoration Shaman a second charge of Healing Stream Totem. I'm really happy with where they're going with Shaman, though. I'm looking forward to doing some stuff with my Shaman for Dragonflight. I will still be maining my Druid. I'm not going to be an Evoker main. But you better believe that a lot of people will be for one major reason. Well, maybe 2. First major reason, it's new. But the more important one is every time they bring in a new class or a new race or both, that is the overpowered character. Death Knights were overpowered in Lich King. Monks were overpowered in Mop. Demon Hunters were overpowered in Legion. And my bad if I'm missing some other character. I believe those are all of them, though. Yeah, as far as unique characters for the expansions. But yeah, so you better believe that it's gonna be overpowered. You know, there's no way to get around that. So don't be too sad if Evoker is, you know, outdoing your main healer or your main DPS. You know, it's just how it's gonna be. But they always get nerfed later, so it'll just last Dragonflight pretty much, and then, you know, things will go back to normal. There's also been some changes to the Hunter talent tree, and I'm just going to screenshot them on screen, so feel free to pause the video and check those out if you're interested in that. Blizzard also announced the schedule for the Fated raids. So this is the schedule here. So that's when you can expect the Fated versions of those raids to occur. For a little extra info here, while the raid is Fated, it will only be available in the Fated difficulty, but the other 2 raids will still be available that week in their non-fated difficulty. So just a little extra info on how that whole system will work. This was discovered as well. And so this is the tiered medallion setting. And as you can see, you can add 1 socket to an endgame Dragonflight necklace. A necklace can have up to 3 sockets. So this is a jewel crafting item. There's going to be 3 different versions. There's a 385, a 400, and a 415. Okay, so on to some cooking stuff. The first 3 pictures that you see me showing you is the Horde of Draconic Delicacies, the Grand Banquet of the Kaluak, and the Yusa's Hearty Stew. Everything else you're seeing is just decoration that's going to be around. The only confirmed ones that we can craft is the first 3. I think these look amazing. I especially like the skewers. The soup looks really good as well. And of course that last one, that meat, all awesome. Yeah, I think they've done a great job of the models for the cooking. In addition to some cooking stuff, There's been some kind of cutish items for cooking. So there is the blubbery muffin. Eating this cupcake transforms you into a tusker for 20 minutes. There's the churn belly tea. If you spend at least 10 seconds eating it, you will become regrettably well fed and gain increased swim speed and the ability to breathe underwater for 20 minutes as long as you can stomach it. This one's an interesting one because not too long ago I did the video on the Luminous Luminary where those were the rewards that you could get. They only lasted 5 days and I was like, it's not really worth it anymore because we all have items that can give us swim speed and all that. So now there's just yet another one to make it so that that event is pretty much useless, although it was always useless anyway, but it's more useless now. I am curious of the as long as you can stomach it, I'm just kind of, I don't know if that means something because it already says it's just for 20 minutes. But does something happen in that 20 minutes? Yeah, I'm very curious of that. The next one is the celebratory cake. I always love the cake ones. So this item will spawn a cake on the floor, which can be clicked to give your character a buff called Slice of Cake. Eating the cake grants Delighted, which improves your mood for 1 hour. And it's improved by 20%. The next one is the Snow in a Cone. Using this item makes your character hold an ice cream cone for 10 minutes. The ice cream is so good, you will get brain freeze a few times while the buff holds. And the last one we have is Tasty Hatchling's Treat. This one wasn't able to be tested. It does say that you'll lure a friendly whelpling out of hiding with an uncomfortably squishy but nonetheless appealing treat. Okay, so here we have some Drakonoid weapon models. This is the two-hand axes. Some glaives. One hand offhands. I really like this red one. Two-hand polearms. Shields. This blue one is really nice. I like that blue one. This gold looks really good too. Two-hand staffs. I like the colors with this one, but I don't think I'm too fond of the design of these staffs, but the colors go well with them. More staffs. One-hand swords. And those are all the weapon models for the Drakonoid weapon models. Next we have some PvP weapon models. So this is for the one-hand axes. I think these axes look really nice. And the guns, I love the pink with this, the pink and the red, and yeah, this looks amazing. Ooh, that blue one is very nice, very nice. All the colors with this gun is just amazing. The glaives, oh, yeah, this has a good start to it. These glaives look amazing. They are so beautiful. Yeah, I am very picky with glaives, and up until now, the only glaive model I have liked is the one you get for doing Black Temple on time walking. These are so nice for sure. Daggers. Yeah, they did a really good job designing these. One-hand maces. Ooh, I am really liking the blue models here. This is still maces here. Wow. Nice. While they might look like daggers, these are actually offhands. Pole arms. Ooh, that green looks really nice. Shields. I didn't know what I think of these shields. Staffs. Yeah, that green's such a nice one. Two-hand swords. Some wands. Been a while since I've seen some wand weapon models. These are really nice. I will say wands deserve a really nice one. I have felt like they all kind of just look similar for a long time, and it's nice to see a little more uniqueness to the wands. And that's it for the PvP weapon models for Dragonflight. And also, in addition to PvP stuff, there is the armor models for leather wearers. So this is them. They look not too bad. I'm pretty set on my transmog. I don't really wear full, complete sets. I mix and match my transmogs. So I've always been the, oh, that looks cool, but also the person that never wears them because of my mixing and matching of things. But it is very cool looking. Yeah. Next up, we have the profession equipment, and there is a bunch for this week, so we discovered a lot here. We'll start with the mining.
I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me.
Love the candle on there.
Towards my dreaming. But
yeah, the mining equipment looks amazing.
You gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan, your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the fucking hours it takes to get some power. Don't be fucking sour.
Next we have the fishing equipment, and I'm just gonna say I like it already. That fishing rod looks so cool. And I like the idea that it kind of has an engineer feel to it at the same time.
It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.
Yeah, those hats are just awesome. Next up we have alchemy. The alchemy one I'm not as fond of as a lot of them, just because I feel like it's a regular transmog, you know? I don't feel like there's a complete uniqueness, but it's not horrible. You know, it's, I do like that there's the potions on there, and yeah, I just feel like that it could have had a little more to it to really kind of shout out, I'm an alchemist, but it's not bad. Okay, so this is the tailoring one. Not a whole lot to show off here, but I do like the scissors. Ooh, those are nice, the gold scissors. Yeah, I think this is a great one for tailorers. I think it would have been cool to maybe in his other hand have like a thing of thread. That would have been really nice as a little addition. But overall, not bad. Okay, so this is the skinning. I really like this. This is very cool for skinners. Yeah. Yeah, that's very awesome. Next up is jewel crafting. This piece looks very cool. So that's how it looks like when it's all together on your character. Yeah, very nice. Very nice. Yeah, I do like that jewel crafting one. This is the leather working. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm pissed off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve it now. This one's okay. I can't say I'm like super hyped for this one, but I think they could have done a lot more with the leather working for this. But it's okay. You know, maybe they'll add to it. And the final one I got for you guys for this week is Inscription. The glasses are very cool. Ooh, that weapon looks nice. So that one also not bad. Once again, I think there could have been a little extra, but you know, not bad. And that is the news for retail and Dragonflight stuff for this week. On to accomplishments. Like I said at the beginning of the video, since the Wind of Wisdom buff is here now and only lasts one more week, I have put everything on hold, so I am not doing my Ice Crown Tournament dailies lately, and I'm just focusing leveling on the characters that I'm leveling. Being that the buff is 10 to 59, I thought it would be perfect for me to catch up on my allied races. So that's what I've done. Going back to the topic of Ice Crown Tournament dailies, though, I did get a mount, so this is it. This is the last mount I got before the Winds of Wisdom buff appeared. And as far as the Ice Crown Tournament dailies go, I've decided I've been working really hard on these, and with the experience buff being in the picture for one more week, I'm just going to take a week off. I've been going pretty hardcore doing these dailies every day, so I'm just going to take this week off from it, and we'll return back to doing the dailies next week, and I'm just going to focus leveling. And then now I've just been focusing this druid. She's actually up to par to what I wanted her to be sitting at, so we're moving on to the next character now. But this week's accomplishment was getting this druid to 50. This is over in my Horde guild, so High Mountain Tauren druid. I chose to go feral with her. I really love feral, and I main boomkin, so I like to have a feral druid on the side. And yeah, it was super fast leveling. Like, it was really fast. I didn't dedicate, like, the full week to this character. So yeah. Honestly, the buff was already running. I put the post in the community tab, and then, like, 3 days later or something, I decided to go start on a character. So yeah, you could easily get a bunch of characters leveled if you focused it. I actually started, as you may have seen in the footage, I started in the Barrens. So I got to 20, and then when I hit 20, I decided I wanted to go level in High Mountain because it's a High Mountain Tauren. I thought it would be cool to just have more rep for High Mountain. So that was my focus. But you don't get flying till 30, and getting to High Mountain was a little... I didn't even attempt it, honestly. I didn't have any flight paths there or anything. So what I did is, you could port right to Azuna. So I leveled from 20 to 30 to Azuna. Then I went back to town, got my flight, and flew myself to High Mountain. And I did 30 to 40 in High Mountain, and then I started running out quests because I was leveling so fast. I had the achievement for doing all the quests in the zone and all that. So 40 to 50, I decided, well, I want my garrison, so I did 40 to 50 in WoD. So it was a bit of travel for my druid. I definitely, took her all over the place. So this is another allied race down. My plan isn't 60 with her. I just want to take as much advantage of the buff as possible, and I want those achievements out of the way. So my plan was always just 50. It wasn't 60. We're now going to move on to the next one, and the next one is going to be my Magar Orc, because she is in the 30s for level. And then I believe my Mechanome is in the 20s. I'll dig up the info and put it on screen so you guys can see it. But yeah, so those are the next two objectives. Magar Orc first, and then we'll move over to Mechanome. And then that's probably going to be it. It really depends on how much I focus this next week. I do have some other stuff I got to do. But yeah, that is the plan, and that will make me happy enough, honestly. That'll be 3 allied race total, done, and I think I just have 2 or 3 left. I'll also put that up on screen. And yeah, I'm really hoping that last minute they just extend the buff, because personally, I could give 2 shits about Season 4. The KSM mount is pretty and all, but, it just don't interest me. Yeah, one thing I've learnt about myself this past Shadowlands is that I only want reskinned mounts if they're on a vendor for super cheap and easily accessible, So, yeah. And when Dragonflight comes out, I'll do one of the seasons like I did with Shadowlands. But once I have one, yeah, maybe I'll just wait around for the pretty colored one. Since they seem to wait last minute for them. So, yeah. And that is pretty much all I've accomplished this week. It's going to be minimal accomplishments because it's all going to involve this leveling. Yeah. To be perfectly honest, I'm probably going to continue leveling the allied races no matter what. I just wouldn't, rush it. I'd do my Ice Crown Tournament dailies in between. And right now I'm rushing it because 50% is a good perk. Yeah. But when it ends, I would like to have that out of the way and not have to worry about allied races in Dragonflight. The end goal is to get them all done anyway. So that concludes this week of WoW Weekly with Myst. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're having a great time in WoW or other games. Let me know what your current mission is in WoW. Are you excited for Season 4? Are you excited for Dragonflight? And we'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.